Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I just wanted to start by saying this will be my final press conference as Chelsea manager. And I just wanted to add that you've all been a tremendous pain in my ass, and I'm not going to miss any of you. Now, do we have any questions? Chaz Hogan, Aussie Jono. Now, mate, look, to get into the Champions League, not only do you need to win, but you need Big Ange to drop some points as well. And I think we all know that there's a no chance of beating City. Well, look, mate, I prefer to be optimistic and positive and look at it as, an Australian manager is almost guaranteed to be in the Champions League next season. Yeah, now, mate, you've also got the FA Cup final coming up against West Ham. Now, should you just maybe focus on a game that, maybe you could actually win? Hey, look, you never know, we might beat City. Honestly, guys, you guys are the worst. You're so mean. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Chelsea for the final episode of our beta series. Today it is a big day. We have the FA Cup final against West Ham. Surely a big chance for us to lift the trophy. But before that, we've got the minor issue of trying to qualify for next season's Champions League, for whoever it is that takes over from us. So let's see how we go. Now, when we left off, we had 4 league games to go. We've got the final Premier League game today against Manchester City, which leaves us with 3. Newcastle was the first one up. I think we were hosting them, so let's go see how we did. We opened the scoring when Leonardo finished some good first-time passing. But Newcastle were quickly level before Nkunku restored our lead. But Newcastle were level again in stoppage time. Oh, stoppage time goals are ruining our season, aren't they? We dropped 2 points against Tottenham with a stoppage time goal. Another 2 points here. We actually went to Newcastle. So an even better result potentially there if we'd won it. I mean, a point's not terrible against them. But, yeah, it was a little bit disappointing. You can see XG penalties obviously inflate it. We were far the better team. We should have won it. So it's, yeah, just really annoying. Next up, it was Liverpool. Now, of course, we've beaten them twice already this season. Once in the Cup, once in the League. Both times at Anfield. Let's see what happened at the Bridge. We fell behind after 20 minutes. We were level at half-time when we punished a goalkeeping error. But Liverpool went back in front. So it felt like we were unlucky to lose this one. Yeah, it felt like a draw. I don't think we deserve to win it, don't get me wrong. But they get a little bit of revenge for our defeats to them earlier on in the year. Yeah, just disappointing. Just massively disappointing. So this kind of left us. We're going to Luton. We had to win. There was no doubt about that if we wanted to keep the pressure on Tottenham for that 4th spot. Manchester United are sort of in and around the top 4th spot battle as well. So a must-win game. Let's see if we could do it. Gallagher's solo effort gave us an early lead. And Palmer added a second. Before Nkunku crossed for Taremi to make it 3-0. Luton pulled one back. But Colwell restored our 3-goal lead before Nkunku picked up Palmer to get our 5th. And Palmer pounced to complete his hat-trick just after half-time. So there we go, we managed to absolutely destroy them. I thought when we got that goal just after the break, maybe double figures was on, but it kind of did peter out a little bit from there. I did make a couple of subs. Gallagher was on a booking. I didn't want him being suspended for this last game against Man City, but he got a hat-trick. Palmer got a hat-trick, and Nkunku is just looking an absolute natural on that right-hand side. And Taremi, I've sort of brought him back in, and the reason I've done that partly is because Leonardo's injured. His season's over. I'll show you that quickly here in a second. But let's go and have a look at the league table. Yeah, Taremi anyway. I think I've got him playing for us, which is good. That was about 10 thoughts in one, wasn't it? So here we go. This is how the league table looks ahead of the final game. We are facing Manchester City at home. Manchester City need to win, basically, to guarantee themselves the title, because Liverpool, they are away to Sheffield United. So that's essentially a give-me win, isn't it? Now, if we win, we need Tottenham to drop points. Tottenham are away to Nottingham Forest. So it's not ideal. It's not going to be easy. And yeah, well, let's hope we can get the job done. So this is Marcus Alonso, sports hernia, 3 to 4 weeks. Obviously, you know, we've got this game, and then next weekend in game we've got the cup final. So he's out of both of those. So we need Taremi to be doing a job for us. This is what we're expecting from City, a 4-3-3. Looks like they're playing with out-and-out wingers and Haaland up top poaching, so that's great. So this is a team we're sending out. Sanchez goes in goal. Chilwell, Colwell, Fofana, who's back in. He played a little bit against Luton, but had a bit of a knock, so he took him off straight away. But he's obviously finding his way back to fitness. Gusto is the new first choice right back. Not given up on Reece James, but he just gets booked too much and hasn't been playing particularly well anyway. It's Fernandes, Gallagher in midfield, and Nkunku, Palmer, and Sterling for this one against his former team. Deep lying forward on support. That seems to work for Taremi, so we're going to stick him up there again and see how he does. Quick note of the golden boot here as well. We've got Gallagher on 12, and Nkunku on 11, Palmer on 11. We've got Sterling on 10, Taremi a little off the pace with 9, and on the bench, Mudryk, who's not been playing well lately, but he has 10 as well. I mean, I feel like he should be in there somewhere. I don't know where I put him in this team though. But yeah, it's a real race for the golden boot. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Both teams desperately need to win, so both teams are going to be putting out their best team, and that's kind of scary a little bit, isn't it? But we can do it. I think we can do it. There's confidence for you. They are first in the form table. We are 14th. Yeah, I mean, can we end there 10? I mean, everything there suggests we cannot do it. And they absolutely spanked us last time, didn't they? We've got nothing to lose yet. We're capable of. Let's pick up where we left off last time. I don't usually like that as a team talk, but let's go with it. We were good against Luton. Now, they're not the strongest team, obviously. They didn't get relegated. That went to Burnley, to United, Sheffield United, and Everton. And, yeah, so, obviously Luton aren't terrible. If you remember back, they did get off to a very, very good start. They were pushing for European places at the start of the year when we played them. But, yeah, we haven't struggled against them. So I wonder if there's a little bit of complacency, teams facing Luton and expecting to win quite comfortably. But, yeah, you can see the table there. Everton, Sheffield United, and Burnley are the three that have been relegated. So it's all about the top of the table. We need to win to get into the Champions League. City need to win the league. I mean, I'd say it's a case of who wants it more. It's a case of can we just kind of nick it, I think. But we'll see how we go here. What I don't want is ultimately sort of any red cards or injuries or anything like that. This is probably the team we want to put out in the cup final, I would think. And Bernardo Silva should have done maybe a little bit better with that. Yeah, Fofana is the best defender to play next to Colwell. It's just a matter of if he's going to be match fit or not. He has been playing time in the under-21s, sort of 45 minutes here, 90 minutes there. Colwell with a really good tackle, then he's just given it away, and Nkunku didn't look like he was ready for it. And can we go and win it back now? Taremi putting some decent pressure on. We force him to go all the way back. Can we pressure the goalkeeper into a mistake? It's not the best ball forward. Palmer to Sterling, the two, of course, ex-City players, and yeah, we haven't really found a way through there yet, and here they come forward, and they've scored on the break. And that is a goal that could guarantee them the title, of course. It's extra frustrating. Good tackle there from Palmer. It just fell the wrong way, didn't it? And we were not able to get back. Sanchez again. The amount of times the ball goes through him. He's like Casper. I have to nickname him Casper, I think. All right, so let's encourage them. Let's see if we can give it. Here we go. Here we go with Palmer. Can he get a ball into the box? He's just giving it away again. One thing I have noticed about Palmer, he has the trait, doesn't like big games. So, Haaland and Sanchez again. You know what, mate? If you're not going to bother stopping the ball, you can come off. Yeah, so we're really hoping now. We need Manchester United to... It's good tackle by Fofana, wasn't it? Haaland turned himself into space, and Sanchez, it's just not good enough, is it? It's just not good enough. And we go 2-0 down, and maybe a berating is in order. We can't berate them. So, and we've injured Haaland. That's what you get. All right, so let's give it maybe a calm down here. Everybody just relax. And I wonder if... Let's get rid of that. And maybe try and raise our pace up a little bit. Our tempo, I should say. We can see City have just dominated the whole half of football. And we're not quite at this level just yet, are we? We don't need to go a third goal down before half-time, though, please. And we don't. Taremi not having a great game up top. Nkunku on the right-hand side not having a great game either. So let me have a think about what we can do here. I mean, it wasn't good enough. It was terrible, really, wasn't it? But we've seen this from against City before. We just don't seem to be at their level. For whatever reason that is, we just don't seem to be at their level. All right, so we're going to try changing things up. We're going to take off Cole Palmer, who was looking anxious anyway. We're going to bring on Lamar. He's going to play left side. Sterling will move over to the right, and Nkunku will go in as a number 10 there. And we'll just see if that works at all for us. I wonder if we could use Nkunku as a shadow striker, given that Taremi is a deep lying forward. Maybe he can kind of play off of him a little bit, and I think that we can then use. Let's keep you as box to box then, Gallagher. I almost brought on Casado, but he's not been playing particularly well himself. I think the next sub, if this doesn't work out, then Nkunku can come off. We'll move Gallagher forward and bring Casado on to play as the box-to-box midfielder as Yeremy Pino comes from. I've got to say, I don't recognise that name. I don't know if he's there in real life or not. Can we get a block in here? Oh, we're just... All right. Let's try low block, high line. That doesn't really look like it's a high line though, does it? But anyway, just try and frustrate them perhaps. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm still learning this game as well. It is a new game, but it just seems very, very different. The one thing I am wondering is Petkovic doesn't cover it. Goalkeeping at Chelsea is just a disgrace. Is it like this in real life? It's just horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. All right, so let's see if the low block, we can frustrate them into giving the ball away. You got to say it's probably unlikely. We don't really have another striker to put up top. Maybe it's not Taremi's game. We do have Nicholas Jackson on the bench. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's just... This is at home as well. So you can just go up there as an advanced forward. We'll try and use some pace. We'll just try and get the ball forward. I don't know what else we can do at this point. It's just not working, is it? I guess we'd be more disciplined. And Nkunku's not having a good game, so we'll bring on Casado for him, and then we'll switch them around. You go there, you go there. Gallagher, advanced playmaker for me, please. And we just need to not make it any worse and hope that Tottenham and Man United are both going to drop points. Well, it doesn't matter, actually, does it? Because if we've lost, we're not going to get Champions League anyway, because they're already ahead of us. So it's just a matter of whether we come 5th or 6th, at which point it doesn't really matter, does it? As Colwell heads one over. And, yeah, it just all feels a little bit hopeless almost, doesn't it? Let's try a berating. And we can look forward to a cup final on the back of a hiding, which is not what any of us particularly wanted, is it? We kind of stopped the bleeding there, I suppose. City win the league, so well done to them. But yeah, we've not shown up again against one of the bigger teams. Don't want to watch them lift the trophy. All right, so far from pleased with that, and we've just got to be better in the cup final. So there we go. In the end, Manchester United. So there's no Australian manager in Europe in Champions League. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? So they've lost 2-0 to Forest. That's unbelievable, and what have you done? And so they're 5th, we're 6th, and Man United nicked the last spot in the Champions League. What a day to be an Australian. Choke, choke, choke. So, I mean, Sanchez, I don't think will be playing for us again. We're in the Conference League as of now, but if we were to go and win the FA Cup, that would obviously change. So we've got 28 million for finishing 6th, which puts a very, very minor dent into the... It gets us back below 300 million in debt. It's a disaster, this debt, honestly. All right, guys. Well, that's been a bit of a mess, hasn't it? Let's wait right there, though. Come back. FA Cup final at Wembley. All right, welcome back. Cup final time. Now, I did get called into the board for a bit of a talk about not qualifying for the Champions League. Now, it was required. I would have been surprised to get sacked, to be honest, being 2 points off. Yeah, but I guess it could have happened. I basically said it's football, it can happen, we'll be better next year, and they just kind of said, yeah, we hope you are. So I think if we want to qualify for the Champions League next year, I'd probably be looking for a job, but yeah, the fans and the club are disappointed at me right now. So let's hope we can pick things up and give them a cup final victory. Now, if we have a quick look here, we are, I believe, the favourites. Where are we here? Yeah, so we are heavy favourites, really. So That's it there, West Ham. Look at those beautiful logos. And I'm trying to find... Here it is here, the expectations. Both the board and the fans are expecting to win. So there's absolutely no pressure. We might be finishing things up here by getting sacked. But anyway, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. So essentially the same formation that we are playing. And this is the cup final team that we are sending out. There's 1 or 2 changes. So it's Sanchez. He'll keep his spot in goal because I don't really trust anybody else anyway, so he might as well stay there. Chilwell, Colwell, Diassi comes back in with Gusto. Fernandez and Casado comes in. Gallagher moves forward because Palmer's got a bit of a knock. Doesn't like big games anyway, so probably not one for him. Nkunku and Lamar will come into play on that left-hand side. Raheem Sterling, I had to criticise his training this week, so that's why he drops back to the bench. And Taremi will go up top again. Otherwise, it's Nicholas Jackson, and I don't want him up top. I don't want him anywhere near the field, if I'm honest. So, yeah, that's the team for final. We'll just stick him on the bench. He's not ready yet, which is fair enough. He's been out for 10 months. All right, so these are the lineups for the FA Cup final. It's a decent enough looking West Ham side, isn't it? Man for man, though, I still would say we should be winning this, shouldn't we? So what do we want to say? I always think cup final, just take a bit of pressure off, go out there and enjoy yourselves. We have felt a bit of the pressure being lifted, so that's good. Taremi, if you could not be aggressive, mate, that would probably be a good thing. I'm expecting to see some quality finishing. I'm expecting you to stay on the field, is what I'd like to say. He's pleased now, so that's good. All right, and here we go. Just got asked in the tunnel press conference if another defeat would cost me my job. So, yeah, there's certainly... the Sharks are circling. But hopefully not. I mean, not that it particularly matters because we're moving on to the game proper after this one. And I should say that, yeah, there is obviously a full-time series coming up that'll last for long term anyway. I don't know exactly how long. And, yeah, so that's in Croatia, trying to win the Champions League with I can't remember the name of the team, which is why I'm not saying but I'll learn it before I actually start recording the series, because as I'm recording now, we're still in the beta version, as you can probably see behind me there. But this is a decent way to start the game till then, when Lamar gets caught. Casado wins it back nicely. Here we go. Taremi through for Thomas Lamar! And is it going to count? He might have been off. It's inside the first minute. Have we got the perfect start? No, we have not. And a wonderful tackle from Casado, and yeah, oh, it's just slightly mistimed, isn't it? I don't think Taremi could have passed it any sooner, and it was really just Lamar maybe needed to hold his run just a scooch longer. Here we go with a throw-in. Chilwell to Casado. Casado back for Fernandez. It's off the post. It must have taken a deflection, did it? Oh, we've had one ruled out. We've hit the post. Can we hit the back of the net and it count? It's Nkunku to take the corner. It's a decent one. It is headed away. He'll get another chance, though. He'll get another chance. He goes himself. And that is going to be a goal kick. Perhaps a little bit selfish there, but that's okay. I guess we like the mentality of at least having the confidence to take the shot. Here we go again. Can we put some decent pressure on them? Stop them playing. Danny Ings coming forward. Danny Ings. We need to close him down, and that was perhaps a little bit lucky. Let's tell him to focus. We do have Lavia back on the bench for this one. He was missing with a bit of an injury, so he's an option if Fernandez keeps looking aggressive and like he might get sent off. An aggressive... That's a terrible corner in Nkunku. An aggressive Fernandez on a booking is maybe not a player we want on this field, is what I'm thinking. I believe he is captain today. With Thiago Silva leaving, I put him as vice captain, and obviously Reece James is not playing, so that would make Fernandez captain on the day. But I mean, I'm not loving an aggressive midfielder on a booking. Diassi to Gusto. Nice ball there for Nkunku. Can we work a bit of space? We can. Gusto gets forward. Can he find Taremi? He's good in the air if he can. There's the ball in. Oh, and it's an own goal. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I personally don't care. And it is 1-0 finally in just before the half-hour mark. So Nkunku and Gusto did really, really well, didn't they? Really, really well. It was a good ball in, and the defender really, he should be putting that behind, shouldn't he? But a bit of a missed kick, beats the goalkeeper, and we are away. So we've had 61% possession. Can we go and make this count for a second goal now? And Nkunku with another corner. It's, again, not the greatest. It's Gusto! Oh, it looked like it was a little bit well hit there for a split second. But in the end, in reality, it was quite easy for the goalkeeper. Let's give him some praise. Fernandez is still aggressive. I think we have to take him off the field, don't we? It's not worth going down to 10 men at this point. So we need to obviously not... where's our don't get complacent? Make sure you focus through to the end. We'll go with that. Yeah, everybody's looking more attentive, so that's a good thing. Do we trust Fernandez when we've got Lavia on the bench? I don't think I do. Has he been sent off yet this year? Gallagher's looking aggressive and on a booking as well. So I think Lavia will come on. And we'll do that. We'll make that change. And, of course, Q Lavia now having the worst game of his career. As we've got another kickoff highlight. Chilwell's been absolutely sent down the river there by Bowen. Colwell's come across the cover, but we're in a little bit of trouble. Gusto's done well, but not quite well enough, and they've hit the post now. So, it's even. Taremi to Gallagher. Can we go and get them on the break? It's a very energetic start to the half. Let's think. Not encourage. We're winning, aren't we? We'll never hit encourage when you're winning. Let's just back it off to positive. Corner comes in. It is headed towards goal. It's bouncing around. Oh, how has that stayed out? Gallagher, whack your foot through it. Maybe does. And it's going to be another own goal, is it? It is another own goal. Has there ever been a cup final won by the other team scoring all the goals? Unbelievable stuff. But Gallagher did exactly what he needed to do, didn't he? How that has stayed out, I'm not sure. But Gallagher had time. He had space. He did exactly what he needed to. Whacked his foot through it. And it's taken a deflection. It's gone in. And it's 2-0. And neither goal has been scored by Chelsea. All right. Can we now... let's see. Hour to play. We're dominating the game. Of course, 2-0, though, it's the worst scoreline in football, as we're repeatedly told, isn't it? So let's hope that... let's hope we can get a third. Now, there is a question mark on Gallagher. Is he still aggressive? Do we want him on the field with Cole Palmer? Although Cole Palmer is a bit injured, isn't he? Nkunku could move inside with Sterling or Mudryk coming on. But I think we can trust Gallagher, can't we? Here we go. Good ball there for Lamar. Lamar's in. Squares it back. And Taremi gets a third. It is 3-0. Surely the cup is coming back to Stamford Bridge now. It is an hour gone. Taremi's 10th of the season, and it is surely Chelsea's FA Cup. Good ball there, isn't it? To sweep it out to Lamar. Lamar did well, sucked the defender in, and Fabianski, could he have done a little bit more to try and stop that ball getting its way through to Taremi? But in the end, doesn't matter. We've got a free kick now. Lamar whacks one in. It's a good header. It's Taremi again. And Taremi is now 1 goal away from the Golden Boot, or tying the Golden Boot anyway. And suddenly he does look a very good signing, which I was beginning to doubt myself for. I was absolutely convinced that he was the sort of striker that we needed when I signed him. I thought he was perfect. And I actually thought we might challenge for the title a little bit more, or certainly Europe, than we ended up doing so. But yeah, this is really, really good stuff. Gusto not having his greatest game. Let's get Reece James on. He can play out there. A bit of leadership as well. But there's no harm, no foul here. It's going to be a FA Cup victory. We're into stoppage time. It is 4-0. The West Ham fans have long since departed. And let's get Raheem Sterling on for the end. If he trained better, he probably would have started this one. There's quite a few tied legs out there, actually, isn't there? Could we get Palmer on, who's had a really good season for us as well? Get him out there for the final whistle. Get Gallagher off. And there it is. It is going to be an FA Cup win. We have lifted a trophy this season. And after losing the Carabao Cup final, West Ham did us a massive favour, didn't they, by beating Manchester City in the semi-final. We can't get away from that. Had we played Manchester City in this game, as I think we saw in the first game of the episode, I don't know we'd be lifting a trophy right now. But you can only beat who's in front of you, and we've beaten them 4-0. It's an absolute demolition, and Chelsea are the FA Cup winners in 2024. Well done, boys. Well done. Excellent vindication of my management, isn't it? So congratulations, what a win. That should shut the board up too, shouldn't it? We'll be here next season now, surely. So a very nice way to finish things up. We win at the FA Cup. We get our 2 million. Moyes is fuming. I am one of the top. It's just that easy to be a top Australian manager in the game. So yeah, there we go. Very, very nicely done indeed. Lamar was on form. He looked better coming in. I think that, yeah, if we were to continue, I'd have to have a big think about who's playing where, I think, and who we want to sell, because finances aren't great. And I think there's too many sort of wide, tricky sort of winger players, and not enough sort of up the guts. I don't think midfield needs to be strengthened, and striker as well. I think in real life would need. Although Lukaku would be coming back, so maybe he would do a job for us there. But anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed that. It was a very nice sort of quick dive into the beta of the game, but yeah, really, really good. I think I'm starting to get my head around team talks and the tactics and things like that. But yeah, when we're up against a team that's better than us, I'm still miles away, and I've got to figure that out much, much better. But as I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you have. Don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully you'll join me in Croatia for our Impossible Dream series. And let's finish up by having a look back at some of our best goals, our goals of the season. And yeah, thank you for watching. Take care.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? Let's go! Hey! Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?